You listen as you learn. The stuff that I'm gonna teach you with pyramids. I'm gonna level up your mitt game 100%. I got a lot of things to say about mitt work because mitt work literally changed my life.
What's his full name? What's Coach Anthony's? Anthony's first name was Anthony's last name.
Anthony Rodriguez, Coach Anthony, in that corner of weight 4.
A lot of people don't know when I first came into this boxing game as a trainer, you know, mitts was really what people hired me for. Working with professional fighters that put me in world title corners right off the bat just because they like the way I hold a pair of mitts. This is something that your clients are gonna love. This is something that your fighters are gonna love. Always a lane for somebody who knows how to hold mitts. The one thing that I could say is if you're gonna do something, you wanna do it the right way. I like to think that I'm a person who could teach you how to do this at the highest level, considering I've been to the highest level of boxing.
2 rounds, and you're a world champion, but you gotta work.
He is a defending world champion fighting tonight
With head trainer, Freddie Anthony Rodriguez.
I work with some of the best boxers in the world. Mitts is what literally put me in that position. You could be a great coach, you could be a great teacher, you could be a great personal trainer. But this is what's gonna capture their eyes. This is what's gonna make people look at you and make people say, hey man, that guy knows what he's doing. I wanna go ahead and work with that person. I'm gonna teach you, it doesn't matter if you have 0 experience or if you have a lot of experience, there's gonna be modules in this course that's gonna help level you up.
You no more, man. You gotta change.
Sean. Oh. You see that?
Oh man, yo, what up, man? It's been a long day. We got Fast Eddie in the cut. Where you at, Eddie? Can't even see you, man. Can't even see Fast Eddie in the cut. There he goes, Fast Eddie Chambers. What's going on, man? QB Killer, what up, my guy? I see you, my brother. He's been showing up to all the lives. Guys, if you don't know, we're about, 3 or 4 days away. Let me say like less than a week away from the drop of $1 Million Mitts. You guys seen the 25-minute commercial that I just my 25-minute commercial. Every time I play that commercial, I'm like, damn, this is a long-ass commercial. But listen, we're just trying to get the point across of who you're going to be learning from. We got Fast Eddie, but yo, we got a big fight this weekend, man. Oh, we got big fights this weekend, man. We got to talk about these fights, guys. I need my people to get in here. Matter of fact, let me go on Instagram real quick and get some of my people in here. Yo, what's going on, man? How you doing, brother? How you been? Yo, we got QB Killer, Fast Eddie Chambers. If you guys got any questions for Fast Eddie, ask them right now because I'm gonna try to get some more people here in the chat from Instagram. Who you guys got this weekend? Let's start off with that. Let's start off with Devin Haney versus I want to hear what y'all got to say. Devin Haney versus Brian Norman, bro. That should be the freaking main event.
You know,
that should be the main event, bro. Like, why isn't that not the main event?
But I'll tell you why. Because Anthony Yard is must see, especially with a guy like that.
You think so?
Bro, you ain't seen his fights with Beterbiev and
how did he do with Beterbiev?
He did good. He just, he eventually got stopped. You know what I mean? Ran out of gas, I think, a little bit too. And, Beterbiev is just Beterbiev. And he wasn't even expected to do that well. I mean, I don't want to say he wasn't expected to do that well because we know he's a tough guy. But he's must see. He really is.
So you're excited. I
like him. I like him.
You think he got a good chance?
I don't want to say. I think he didn't look good, like super good his last 2 fights. I think he still won them, if I'm not mistaken, but he didn't look great.
What's good? Hold on, guys. What's going on, guys? Yo, what's good? Jimmy, what's good? How's everybody doing, man? Listen, go to my story and click the link. Me and Fast Eddie is live. We're talking about the big fights this weekend. We're talking about the Devin Haney, Brian Norman, Yard versus Benavidez. There's some other guys on that card
Abdullah
too.
Mason fighting
Abdullah Mason. All right, so yo, we're here. We're on YouTube right now. Come pull up to the live. All right, so we can go ahead and chop it up with you guys. Pull up to the live, guys. Go to my story. All right, I'm out, man. So go ahead. So so what's going on, guys? So all right, so let's start off with that, Eddie. Brian Norman versus Devin Haney. Let's talk about it. How do you see that fight?
I've been watching Brian Norman recently. I can't say obviously the competition he had is necessarily Devin Haney level. I mean, you got some good guys in there that are, kind of under the radar type names, not really super big names. This is his
I'm
first.
gonna take a look at his box rec while you talk. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is his first, like, I mean, people recognize him, you know what I mean? And he's a knockout guy. He got a lot of knockouts. His fights are extremely exciting too. The ones I was watching, you know what I mean? Even if it wasn't just the highlights, the fights was looking pretty exciting. So, good puncher, but he got a decent IQ. He's not terrible skill wise either. He's good there too. He's a nice, pretty well rounded fighter, but he's like a aggressive, try to knock you. He's a knockout. He's seeking the knockout. So I would still probably favor Devin to outbox him if he can stay behind the jab, not get into a fight.
So Brian Norman is 28-0. He fought Jin Sasaki. Sasaki, you know him? 19-1.
He's that.
Derek Cuevas, 27-1.
That's what I'm saying.
Giovanni Santilline, 32-0. So he says last 3 fights, guys got good records. I don't know these guys because I don't follow them.
If you look at all of them, even the ones up
Quentin
until
Randall was 13-0.
Janelson Figueroa. What?
I can't even pronounce this dude's name. 17-2.
Yeah.
So I mean, as of recent, his opponents have been good records. How good are they? I don't know. But then you got Devin Haney. Now, let me ask you a question about Devin Haney, because Devin Haney obviously is a good boxer.
Yeah.
Got a good jab, good footwork. But he's coming from a smaller weight. Okay? And we already seen the trouble he had with Ryan Garcia. Everybody's gonna remember that fight, no matter if it got erased from his record, no matter if he had some banned substance. We're always gonna have the question mark.
Right.
What happens when he gets hit by a puncher again? We seen his last fight that he fought. He was very gun shy and didn't look very sharp. Now, what I will say about Devin Haney is he looks in fantastic shape for this fight.
Yeah,
he's really in good shape. Like he's cut up like a bag of dope. He's a fantastic shape. He looks good. But hey, man, looks is one thing. Fighting is another thing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna sit here and say that he's definitely prepared physically for this fight.
Physically, yeah.
Physically, he's coming prepared, but he's already been dropped a bunch of times against Ryan Garcia. Where do you think his mental is going to be when he finally gets hit by a guy like Brian Norman? Brian Norman being very humble in these press conferences. I've been seeing Devin Haney talking very aggressive, trying to talk him out of his game. Brian Norman seems to be pretty calm, but he seems confident though, and I think Brian Norman really believes that he's going to get the win in this fight. So.
I'm not gonna go against the grain too much here with this one. I still think Devin Haney can outbox him. The problem though with Devin, and this is what he kind of ran into with Ryan Garcia, was he got the respect. He can get your respect with his power to some degree. He's not a huge puncher, but he can get your respect. But he seems like he wants more than that. He seems like he wants to go after a knockout, not being a puncher. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you got to know your role. I think his problem is he wants to dominate. You can dominate a fight without getting the knockout. You understand what I'm saying? He's done it before. Why does he feel like he has to, like with Ryan? And you see him he was getting more aggressive. And over the rounds, he was winning rounds. He won like 5 rounds in a row or 4 rounds in a row. Then he go in there getting a little too aggressive. Ryan would catch him with a shot, drop him again. And in this fight, he's up at a heavier weight with a guy who may even be a bigger puncher that is looking for the knockout. He's going to have to be extra careful. But you don't want to run the risk of being like he was in the last fight and just on his bike the whole time, because then people are not going to really want to accept that either.
Let me ask you a question, Eddie. I know you don't know because you've never fought at the lower weights, but why is it that you were able to fight guys 30 pounds heavier, 6'7" or whatever, and it was like you were able to win? But these guys going from 135 to 140 to 147 is like
Yo,
Like, oh my God, like this is a whole nother weight class. Is he gonna be able to take the punches? Like, what is it about the smaller weights compared to the heavyweight division where there's no limit on the heavyweight division? You know what I mean? And like, I mean, I know this is off topic, y'all, but I'm just talking. This is more of a boxing education channel,
right?
More so than a boxing. You know, I don't really talk about fighters like that. I like to just teach the sport.
Right.
So from an educational standpoint, what do you think it is, man? Because like, and you know, it's just like you were able to fight guys 30 pounds heavier and win.
Yeah.
But if a guy is fucking coming 5 pounds lighter, it's like the end of the world. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand it.
I think it's also part of it is the BMI thing with for body, you know, well, let's say body weight percentage. Like you got a guy who say, let's just say 122. I'm right now probably 222, not that much. I'm probably less than that. I'm probably like 215. But what I'm saying is I'm almost 100 pounds heavier. So me being 20 pounds lighter than, or 30, let's just say, let's say 25 pounds lighter than a guy that's, or let's say I'm 225, guy's 250. Me being 25 pounds lighter, but being 200 pounds, you know what I'm saying? Being 225 and he's 250, the percentage is less. You understand what I'm saying? Like him being 25 pounds heavier isn't as much as a guy being much smaller at 122 pounds and a guy is 150 pounds. You know, or 100.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is, you got a guy coming from 140 to 147.
Yeah, I know that. I know
it's
that.
Like, is he going to be able to handle the power? So, like, why is that 7 pounds so much more, you know, noticeable at a smaller weight?
Well, I guess that would be if they wanted to use that double, right? So if I was 225, then it would be 14 pounds heavier. Would be the same kind of thing. You know what I mean? Because double the weight, double the amount of weight. You understand what I'm saying? Double the amount of the weight difference. So this is what the argument they're trying to make. I say if I'm in there with a 250-pound dude, and first of all, I'm 209 when I was coming in and fighting. If I'm in there with a dude that's 34 pounds, 35 pounds heavier than me, you know what I mean? Or in this case, 41 pounds heavier than me. That's crazy. That's insane. I don't give a shit what they say about, oh, well, the body weight percentage of a guy that's 122 fighting a guy 126 it's a much bigger difference. And I'm fighting the dude that's 41 pounds heavier than me.
Right, yeah.
If he's 250 pounds.
Right.
I'm 209. Like you're telling me there's no advantage there?
Of course.
All right. But even if it was a guy was 225 and I was 20, like if I was 202, which is what Tomas was, and he was coming up from cruiserweight, and he weighed 225. I weighed 202. That's 23 pounds difference right there. Do you think that there's an advantage there?
Yeah. I always think there's an advantage, but that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like it's just such a big difference. I know this is off topic. We're gonna get back to who we think gonna win the fight, but I just always wondered that, like, why the hell are they like making a big deal about these smaller weights? Which I understand it because I see it here in the gym all the time. When a guy's like 5-6 pounds heavier, it's noticeable. I'm like, yeah, he's bigger than you. That's why he's getting that off. But then when you was doing it, it's like no big deal. It's like, and then even the heavyweight division really never has a limit, which I never understood that either. Like,
but it's because of what it's always been. So if the heavyweight limit is now 200 plus, right? Mm-hmm. A guy 205, I don't care if he's 205, too bad. He's 205, he got to fight a guy 250.
Yeah, that's weird.
Nobody says anything. Nobody bats an eye.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
Look at my situation. I had to fight Vladimir. He was 244 pounds, 6'7", in shape, the best shape he could get in.
All right. Probably on steroids. I ain't say it.
I ain't say it either.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, guys, back to what you guys want to know. Brian Norman or Devin Haney? Who you picking?
I'm gonna go Haney by decision.
Haney by decision.
I'm gonna go Haney by decision, but I think Brian Norman is extremely hungry, and this is an opportunity. And even though I'm picking Devin to win by decision, there's holes and there's mistakes and there's a lot of little things that he could possibly fall victim to. So, you know what I mean? Even though that's my pick and I feel like that's what's going to happen, still a very, very dangerous fight.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, y'all. I got to watch Brian Norman tonight. That's what I'm going to do tonight. That's my homework. I'm going to watch Brian Norman when I'm chilling in the bed, just chilling. I'm going to pull up some of his fights because I really don't know. Like, I've only seen highlights of Brian Norman. I haven't sat there and I've heard the stories, you know, I heard, you know, him having success with Javante Davis in the gym and all types of stuff like that. But I mean, sparring is one thing, fighting's another thing. You know what I mean?
True.
So I got to watch him, but my gut tells me Devin only because I don't think they would have picked somebody they don't think they could beat. That's why I think that Devin might have an advantage. They might see something that I need to see tonight.
And that's
you know
typically what I think.
Like, I'm just going off of that, like, logic. Because I know that they're trying to put him back in contention. Why would they pick Brian Norman? However, they said they were willing to fight Boots, which is suicide, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yeah, that's suicide. Like,
but it's just like this. Remember, I was going to say Ryan Garcia. Mikey Garcia. Remember Mikey Garcia fought Earl Spence? And he came up and fought Earl Spence, and it was like, bro.
Like, why? It's like, how can you have picked Mikey?
Why would Mikey pick him?
Right.
Of all the guys at the time, he was the man, and he picked him. And it was like, damn, he must see something that we don't see. And if you pick Mikey in that, is that a bad thing? Because there might be something that he sees that we don't see, or something that he knows that we don't know. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, or you could just be bugging like Mikey was.
Or yes,
Mikey was just bugging. Like, Mikey was dead wrong.
Yes,
Mikey was
dead wrong.
Mikey was dead wrong.
And whoever picked him was dead wrong.
Which brings the question: would you guys like Fury and Vitaly Klitschko? Would you guys like Fury and Vitaly Klitschko be too big for Ali? Yeah,
because
I think so.
The weight.
I think they're too big for Ali. I think when people call Ali the greatest, you're calling him the greatest because of
just like pound for pound, 147 pound, like they say Ray Robinson was, you know, light heavyweight, middleweight, and all that. They say pound for pound he was the greatest ever. Some people say Henry Armstrong. Some people say Willie Pep. Some people say, but there's a lot of those guys are smaller guys. You know what I'm saying? So some people say Ray Leonard. You know what I mean? But that they're just saying barring weight. Like, if everybody was the same weight, if it could be the same size as a heavyweight, he's the best fighter.
Yeah, but I can't see Ali beating. Actually, I think there's a lot of guys that might have been able to beat Ali. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, Ali's a great fighter, and
he was Cassius Clay though. He was fast.
Yeah, I mean, but I think he was ahead of his time. I think he was just one of those ahead of his time type fighters, and guys like that. You know what I mean? You know, he's in the history books, man. There's nothing bad you can say about Muhammad Ali. However, if you really want to be honest, there's a lot of big guys out there that I think might have been able to beat him. You know what I mean?
I think Lennox would have been.
Lennox would have been a bad fight for him. Mike Tyson might have been a bad fight for him.
Mike would have been a hard fight just because you look at Frazier.
Yeah, he struggled with Frazier.
I feel like Frazier's
Klitschko definitely would have been a bad fight for him. Tyson Fury would have been I think Klitschko is more of a dangerous fight than Tyson Fury, but
because of the style matchup.
Yeah, because of style matchup. Guys like Riddick Bowe would have been an interesting fight for Ali. A prime Riddick, even though he wanted to be Ali bad.
Yeah, but that would have been a good ass fight.
Yeah, I might have to edge Ali just because that's his idol.
And I think
he might have been in all. He might have been in all of that fight.
Cassius Clay beats a lot of guys though. Now, I mean, Ali when he got a little older.
Ali versus Holyfield, who wins that?
Ali, especially at Cassius Clay.
He beats Holyfield.
And I think there are guys that beat Holyfield that you might pick against with most other guys because of the style. Like Holyfield was tough, and he had he's underrated with skill because he has a lot of skill that people don't really pick up. But Holyfield had a lot of skill, but he was a puncher. He was enough of a puncher to to more than get respect, but at the same time, like Ali could have got through it. You know what I'm saying? We're like I feel like Tyson would have been a tougher fight for Ali than Holyfield.
Yeah.
But I think Holyfield beats Tyson every time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just because of the style.
Yeah. Is Usyk much bigger than Ali? I don't. Taller? No, actually. My bad, guys.
I think he weighed less. Ali did than Usyk.
Okay, yeah, that's a tough fight for both guys. Honestly, that's a weird fight. I don't even know how to.
Was Usyk and Ali?
Yeah, that's a weird fight. I mean, I might edge it
Cassius Clay though.
I might edge it to Usyk.
Not against Cassius Clay, man.
I
can't. Because if you watched him, now granted, he was fucking light in the face. I remember watching him, listening, but not just listening. I seen, and also other fights he had. He was fast, and he, because he was young, and bro, that version of him is really hard to beat. Now he was smaller though. You know what I mean? Even though he was tall, he was thin. He was tough and everything, but he was thin. And you know what I mean? The heavyweights are bigger now, and they're still athletic too. So I don't know. I think Klitschko, even for that version of him, would have still been too much. I think Tyson would have been tough. Mike Tyson and Tyson Fury. Lennox Lewis would have been tough. Such a big puncher and rangy. He's even taller than Ali. But that 6'3", 6'4" frame is like with Lennox only an inch taller, maybe 6'5", but being like 240. I mean, that kind of gives him an edge there. But then the speed advantage and skill, to me, to some degree, goes to Ali.
Yeah,
Lennox has skills too, though. Don't get it twisted, but it's just, it's just that speed, man, and the range. He got range too.
Coach Ant, what's your thoughts on Gervonta versus Inoue?
That's crazy. I think the weight beats it.
Yeah, I think Gervonta's too big for Inoue, but I think Inoue is a great fighter. Like pound for pound, Inoue is good as anybody. But I just think that the size. Gervonta Davis, man, he's letting a lot of people down right now. He's really like a underachiever, if that makes sense. And like he should have been far further in as far as boxing goes. I know he's made a lot of money. I know he's super popular, but I feel like he's getting further and further away from boxing, and things are just getting weirder and weirder in his situation.
They got two good ones down here, Bam and Inoue, and Moses Atalma and Jared Anderson. I seen that; those are good.
Bam and Inoue, I got Inoue, man. I gotta be honest.
Yeah.
I got Inoue. I think Bam is good, but I think Inoue is better.
Yeah, he's a little bigger too.
I mean, Bam got some, beautiful angles and stuff.
Good. He's a good fighter.
But Inoue knows how to use a jab. I think that the jab would be.
He's a big puncher too. Somebody just said put Ali in modern times. See, that's the thing. Yeah, we'd have to take it, and if we did do that, then yes, Ali all day long with most of these guys. He would probably be also 6'6" too. So if you put him in modern times, if we talk about the same size, even that, he'd still probably be able to do it.
What do you think about Moses Atalma versus Jared Anderson? I've never seen Moses fight. He's good?
Yeah, he's good. I like Moses Atalma.
So who you got?
Moses Atalma. I ain't trying to hate on Jared Anderson, but I got him. I think he's southpaw, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong.
Coach, looking forward to $1 Million Mitch. Yes, man. I can't wait to drop it for y'all, man. You guys know I got $1 Million Mitch coming out. This is a training system, y'all. This ain't just like a regular course, man. This is something that's going to teach you a lot from the very beginning. You could know nothing about boxing, or you could be super experienced. And this course is going to be for you, man, 100%. I mean, all levels, man. I just had a guy DM me, right? And we looked at his profile. This guy was an ex-professional fighter, 16-1, and he's been getting the Master Boxing Bundle, and he must be coaching now. So a lot of my courses are designed for the boxer, but they're also designed for the coaches as well, because you are going to learn indirectly how to train and do certain things through the courses. I do have the courses on a Black Friday sale right now, the cheapest I've ever done. So if you guys want to go check that out, CoachAnthonyBoxing.com, definitely check that out. And if I put that link for the $1 Million Myths, for those of you guys who are not on the waiting list, get on the waiting list, because everybody on the waiting list is going to get first dibs, early access next week. Of course, you know, I'm going to give it discounts Black Friday. So I'm starting off with the best price you're ever going to get it. But then after Black Friday, we're raising it up, because you're going to make money with $1 Million Myths. The difference between, I mean, honestly, if you were smart, you'll make money off the Master Boxing Bundle. I had a dude get the Master Boxing Bundle, I kid you not, say he took the information, he scaled his gym to $30,000 a month.
That's crazy.
I promise you, I got the testimonial, it was on my website. And I was just like, damn, like this dude's smart.
Yeah.
Because what he did is he takes the information and he said, I could open a gym, I could coach guys, I could coach coaches. So there's a lot that's going on with these courses if you use it the right way, guys. I'm just throwing ideas out there. But yeah, definitely, man, you definitely want to go ahead and jump on that. We got Prodigy in the building. What's up, Prodigy? Cassius Clay, like Eddie says, was a different animal than all his foot and hand speed. See, Prodigy loves the old school guys. This guy loves every old school fighter. He's a throwback fan. He likes the old school guys. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Good time in history, no doubt.
Yeah, definitely.
Ali, man, he was
different.
Yeah.
I think Benavidez' speed could match Ali if he was at heavyweight, to be honest. Benavidez is fast. Let's talk about that. Let's switch this up, because this is supposed to be about the fights this weekend. Right? And we're talking about the past. I mean, this is like a whole nother topic. But okay, Yard, you're very impressed with him. So you got him beating Benavidez?
No. I ain't say all that. Just don't get it twisted. I think he's gonna give as good as he can give. I think he picks his level up against better fighters. Case in point, Beterbiev, what's the Kovalev? You know what I mean? All the good fighters he fought, higher level fighters he fought, he did better in the bigger fights. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking he's gonna probably do that here. He's definitely gonna come. He's coming to win. He's not coming just to lay down. But I just think Benavidez is gonna be too much.
Yeah, I think the only thing that he has is a one punch. Like he's gonna, if he can catch him, because he's got a big punch.
He can punch.
And Benavidez likes to throw a lot of punches. So when you got a guy who throws a lot of punches, there's a chance that you could time him with a good shot. But Benavidez, bro, to me, very underrated boxing IQ. Like he looks a little bit like sloppy in his approach. You know, his body isn't the most in shape looking. But yo, he does really, really, really good shit in the ring, man. Like he's the real deal, man. I watch him and I'm like, this motherfucker is good. Like he's not just a guy who could throw fast, hard punches, and like he knows what the fuck he's doing. The guy is a serious fighter. He kind of reminds me of that dude that used to spar back from Rhode Island, Eddie Rodriguez. No, what's it, Rodriguez?
Oh, Edwin Rodriguez.
Edwin Rodriguez, but like a better version. Like
Edwin Rodriguez.
Edwin Rodriguez.
I sparred him in the gym when he was like a little heavier. This is when I was getting ready for Tomas. They got me ready.
Yeah.
Edwin he was fucking everybody up that was in that gym.
Yeah.
So I'm getting there waiting like, damn, this dude. And he just threw punches constantly. It was just like boom, 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 boom. I'm like, damn, motherfucker, give me a chance to get into the damn spar. And then it took me like literally a week or a couple weeks to kind of get acclimated to what he was doing and the pace. That's what got me so ready. That's why I was able to fight Tomas with one hand, because it was like pace of the way they was sparring.
Right.
The pace was crazy. I was in tremendous shape. I felt I could have fought 50 rounds straight up. But yes, God, he is a expensive version of Edwin Rodriguez.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even though Edwin could fight, I always expected him to be to get all the way up there, but it just didn't happen.
I've been on the wait list email from $1 Million Myths since day one. I got the info. I'm in my coach era now, 50s. I remember coming up in the old school gyms and been able to. You're in your coach eras in your fifth. So damn, I've been in my coach era since my 20s. That's crazy. You waited till You were waiting to the right time to coach. I might have started too soon, man. But
Yeah, you gave up boxing kind of early because of the injuries.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you was like, yo, I'll just coach.
Right.
Makes sense.
A lot of stuff coming through here right now. I feel like the first 4 rounds will be close back and forth. Davis, Cardi, and Valley will get to yard. Yeah, that sounds like the right approach. That sounds like the right prediction.
Yep, that's exactly what I would think. Mid to late round stoppage because of the tank is going to run out. Because Yard is I don't want to call him a front runner. He's a tough dude. He'll keep going even if the tank is empty. But that's typically what's been his problem over all of the big fights he's had. He's given everything he had, and only with 8 rounds, 9 rounds, he'd be completely out of gas. So if he's thinking about winning this fight, he's going to have to. I don't think he's just going to come straight in there and knock Benavidez out. You know what I'm saying? He can punch. He's a great puncher, but I don't know if he can be able to do that. We talked about the IQ that Benavidez has and the fact that he knows his way around the ring. I don't think it's just going to be that easy for him to come in. Now, if he catches him, he catches him. But I don't really see that happening. And if that doesn't happen, that means it's going to be a distance fight, I think. Unless Benavidez hurts Yard early, too. And that can happen, too. But I would just say mid to late rounds. It's definitely going to be that kind of fight for me. Oh, how's the man?
The fight made me realize how good Benavidez' IQ and skill defense really was. It's an underrated aspect about him. Nah, facts, man. He's very underrated, very skillful, man. Yeah. Big Benavidez fan. However, anybody's beatable. I know Yarde's nice, but I'm gonna go, Yard, whatever. I'm gonna go with Benavidez just based off of that, man. Listen, guys, I'm gonna cut this live stream short. If you can't tell, I am tired as hell. Been a long day. Been a long day. We will be back on tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Friday?
Yes, sir.
All right, so maybe we'll do another live stream. If you guys didn't see yesterday's stream, I think you guys should check it out. We did some demonstrations. I think it was really educational. So I would like for you guys to go check that out. Make sure you guys go to the website, CoachAnthonyBoxing.com. Be ready for $1 Million Mitts, man. Thank you for everybody who pulled up, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow.